Awfully quiet in here.
Mhm. Thought it was broken or something?
Yo, they're announcing Paladin for D4.
Eh,
Oh, nice. Not
D4 is
immortal?
boring.
No, it's D4. I'm literally watching a CGI with a hammered in right now.
Nice.
My love.
Yeah, I don't see it in Wildhead.
It's debuting in the Game Awards right now. Just yeah,
Oh, I see
that's a
it.
Paladin. Oh, it's sick.
Oh.
I'm
Hmm.
waiting for the Total War announcement.
All right, guys. So unfortunately, we had obviously 3 people call out today, as well as the 2 that were
Oh.
already out this week. And we do have one person who's on their way back to make it here, but he's not going to be here for about 15 to 20 minutes. So what we can do in that time is we can either completely break, or we can, and then obviously take a much smaller break later. Or what we can do is, just take our time, obviously still have that opportunity, and then just watch the video, get refreshed with P3. If you guys haven't looked at it yet, Pumps was kind enough to share with us his raid plan. I posted that last night in the Demencius folder, and then we can make sure that we come back and get a few practice pulls in next week. He did also offer to come in on one of his alts, so I would say there's a very high probability that we can actually kill the boss next week. I still think we do need to practice a little bit in P2.2. Our logs do reflect that there's still a necessity there with practicing on those phases. The platform, I think that predominantly, obviously, outside of being down people, which is of course going to lead to a DPS difference, which has caused a lot of problems for us. But regardless of that, I think that we're very good in P1. I think we're even very good in P2.1. I think right now in P2.2 we obviously have some room for growth. But I think the biggest thing that we can do is focus on learning the things that we can, things that we know we need to learn. And I think P3 is obviously is going to be something we have not really seen. I mean, some of us have not seen it, period, which is totally fine. We've only ever had really one poll, 1.5 polls we could say that got there. So I think why don't we take about 15 minutes here? Why don't you guys go ahead and pull up the raid plan again? I have this up. I'll go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and link it again. It's really really important. Actually, you know what? Let's make a copy version that's not editable. He sent me the editable one. Hold on 1 second. Let me clone the plan. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and post this one. You guys can edit this one if you'd like. This one's a clone one. You can look at it, play with it, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and post it again, and I'll post it in the general chat. And then why don't we take about 15 minutes here? We gotta wait for our 20th player. I don't want to waste time wiping in P1. I'm pretty sure everyone here knows what they're doing. I don't want to waste anybody's time. Hopefully everyone believes that at least. And then we'll come back in once we get our 20th player in here. He should be here in 15-ish minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started. And again, it's yeah, it's hard. It's hard right now. Guys, a lot of people are hitting me up, telling me how guilds are falling apart on Last Boss because everyone's on vacation or burning out. And look, I will be here for you guys to the end. I'll make sure that I'm here to make sure we get this done. But what I ask is that you guys are here. We're very close. We're about four raid days or less away from killing this boss, and I think a lot of things are going to improve after that. So let's focus on what we need to do to get that done. So, and then, obviously also looking at the videos is going to be helpful as well. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. Can I get another summon? Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, just people again, and anybody who's confused about anything in P2.2, and wants to look at P3, just go take a look and we'll get it done. So I just need one more body, and then that should be in the next 15-ish minutes, and then we'll be good to start. So take this time, guys, seriously. Like, this is still time we would end up using later in the raid anyway to review P3. So just use that time now. Okay. So I know it's unfortunate that we have to use it now, but just go and take a look. All right. There's a lot of people struggling here that do not have, obviously enough players. So, we're gonna get them. We obviously have 5 people out, but we're gonna make it work. Promise you that. We make it work every season. This one's been a little bit harder, but we're gonna make it work. And if anybody wants to help take a look, let's see. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, but again, guys, if anybody knows anybody who they can trust and vouch for, that would like to come in, obviously, having a few more people that are available on the bench would be very helpful. Again, next week we will have help on Tuesday and Wednesday. However, again, we should not have to rely on people like him to help us. We don't need that. We are absolutely capable of doing this on our own. We got the fucking P3 on our best pull without help. That was actually when he actually came back. Then we didn't get back there after that, unironically enough. But we just have to stick to it, and it does take time. So got to keep your head in. But if anyone does have any friends or stuff, I know a few people have messaged me before about that. Please do not hesitate to bring them up. Again, having an able body is better than missing one entirely. And I do think that for the most part, everyone has a good idea of what they need to be doing. What's different? But seriously, it's not the hardest part about this, guys, is the consistency and showing up on time and being here every single night, to make sure it happens. What's the famous saying of if you do one thing for 5 minutes every day for a year, you'll be better than 95% of the people on Earth at it. Like, there's definitely some accuracy to that. It's like going to the gym. People can definitely attest to that. I guarantee. If you don't keep at it, doesn't matter. Metabell over here, like, oh, dude, lift, hello. But anyways, let's see. He should be here soon-ish. Yeah, probably like another 10-ish minutes, guys. But yeah, just keep watching. Again, if we can't find somebody by 7:30, so in the next 25 minutes-ish, or then we'll just call it. But it's better than wiping. I'll tell you that much, right? So better than wiping, and I think again everybody kind of knows what they're doing, so we don't need to worry too much about it. And we'll be right.
I have returned. The fuck? What?
All right, guys. Again, so today we have effectively now 6 callouts. So with that in mind, again, next week we have, Pumps, obviously. You guys probably have since learned who that is. One of the top leaders in the world, literally. So, he ran honestly for 13 years, and he's offered to come in and help us out on Tuesday and Wednesday. And obviously this weekend, we're gonna spend some time looking for some backups. We've rotated a bench of 25 to 26 players. We've actually exhausted all 6 of those today. So it's a bit of a challenge, and again, like I said, my goal is not to waste anyone's time. So with that in mind, let's focus on studying up this weekend for P3. We come back on Tuesday. Again, everyone needs to be here. I promise you guys we're killing this boss next week. Last week I promised you guys P3. We did P3. Okay, we're gonna be getting CE next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. So let's go ahead and it happens. Shit happens. It's not ideal, and I appreciate you guys for showing up. It's very important. It makes a big difference, and it means a lot to me and to everyone else here, even if nobody says it. So I don't want to make you guys wait another 20 minutes for one guy to show up. So, and literally one guy who's his first night on the boss was last night. So let's we'll cut our losses here. I don't want to waste anyone's time or bring them down or anything like that. So we'll come back on Tuesday. We'll kick ass. We'll get this shit done, and and we'll start to do a little bit better job holding people accountable for not showing up. Because yeah, it's clearly been an issue, and as you guys can see today, 6 people calling out is what it takes to finally end up canceling a raid night. So you guys have a good night. Thank you for being here on time, and again, sorry that people have decided to call out last minute and make it so we can't pull. So it's unfortunate, but it's all part of the process. This is the price of people not being here. So thanks, guys, and have a good night. Sorry about it.
Good one.
Definitely the hardest part of this time of the season.
It's always the
It's
roster
just-
boss, dude.
Especially in
Holidays
winter,
suck.
though. That's like the holiday season,
How many
Is
people are
when
we
It happens,
missing?
dude.
We just
It
need one
happens.
dude, right?
We don't have anyone left to come, and I'm not gonna waste everyone's time with people who don't have the experience on the fight. So
Okay.
we just come in Tuesday and we just get it done. And we have plenty. We have guaranteed options on Tuesday, even if the same thing happened today.
Okay.
So yeah, like he would literally be able to bring in people from his guild. Top Hall of Fame guild, obviously in the world. So we could bring in some of the Aussies. But yeah, it's like today. Let's learn from what happened. And again, if anybody has friends or people that they'd like to recommend that would like to come in, we'd love to meet, or like Ryler would love to meet with them and see if we think that'd be a good fit. So just let us know and we'll talk to them. But if anyone wants to like go over anything or look at like other logs or anything like that, just let me know. I'll be around.